yield back, and I now yield to the ranking member, Mr. Morelle.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Thank you, sir, for being here. I want to go back over some testimony you just gave to the chair. So I know that you have described, and I think this is the right term, that you need to be tethered, your vehicle needs to be tethered to the architect, meaning you, so that you can respond directly to get to the Capitol. So I'll admit, given the chairman's question about whether or not you were here on January 6th, which seems to me probably the greatest emergency the Capitol has faced in probably 2 centuries. If you need to be tethered and if you needed the vehicle to be here, why did you make the decision not to come here? And could you not have, without the vehicle and all the emergency equipment that's attached to it, could you not have fulfilled the same function at home using a cell phone?
No, I could not have, because I wouldn't have the police radios.
You wouldn't have, excuse me?
The police, Capitol Police radios that were in, and the equipment that are in the vehicle that would allow me to hear live communication and then be able to react.
Would you not, do you not, in your home, do you not have that, since you work out of your house a fair amount, do you have emergency equipment in your home, an emergency radio?
No.
But would that not be more prudent than, I think the cost of equipment looked to me like it was, according to the Inspector General's report, about a little shy of $40,000 to equip the vehicle. Would there not be, if you're going to work remotely and you're not going to use the vehicle in its mobile capacity and you're not going to come to the Capitol during an emergency, I'm sort of struck by, there seems to be better, less expensive ways to make sure that you maintain ongoing communication.
If we're only talking about responding to the Capitol, then yes, you can make that statement. However, part of what we do is ensure that the continuity of operations for this entire body exists, and that involves other sites other than here.
The Can you just share with me, I'm just curious, a little deeper dive, and I don't have a ton of time here, so why your presence wasn't required here on January 6th?
I wouldn't say it wasn't required. What I said in my statement to the chairman is that because of the activities, getting to the Capitol on that particular time when the breach occurred would not have been practical, because I would not be able to get onto the Capitol complex because of the security situation. And
could you not, I'm sorry, just given the fact that you're equipped and you have obviously credentials, would you not have been able to get through the security quickly?
It's not necessarily security, it was the thousands of people that were blocking the access to the Capitol.
Let me just go on. The notion that you need the car to be with you at all times to be tethered to it. Can you explain how there have been, at least in the Inspector General's report, times when the vehicle's been used by members of your family where you're not in the car? How would you have responded to emergencies in those circumstances?
So I'll have to say that you would have to address that with members of my family, because the times that I knew when my wife drove the vehicle and my daughter drove the vehicle were the times that I was in the vehicle.
So your testimony is that your family members have never driven the vehicle without you being in the vehicle?
I'm saying that that would be something that would have to be discussed with them. I will also say...
Well, you're not suggesting we bring members of your family in to testify before us, are you?
No. I'm just saying that when my daughter was interviewed, who was 17 at the time of the allegation, and 18 during the time that she was interviewed, she told me afterwards that she felt like she was pressured to make statements that were not fully providing the context, and statements that she didn't actually feel like were actually accurate based off of what she remembered. And so they used those statements to try to make comments about me.
So, and I apologize, thank you, sir. But just to be clear, your testimony is that at no point are you aware of family members using the vehicle without you being a passenger in the vehicle?
My recollection is no. And but I will say, to be honest, I can't say 100% definitively, because that may have occurred or it may not have occurred, but specifically to your statement.
Well, let me just observe that I think if you felt the need to go to South Carolina or Florida on vacation and have the car with you because it needs to be with you at all times, and yet there are allegations, pretty serious ones, that members of your family use it without your presence in the vehicle, it seems to undercut the argument. With that, I'll yield back, Mr. Chairman.